Morning. This is Amma. So today is one of those days when my spirit wants to draw blood. Today, I don't want to talk about anything if it's not controversial. Today, I just want to push your buttons. I want to ask you questions. It will make you very uncomfortable, but work with me. In the end, it will be for everybody's benefit. So let's go. What's the difference between riches and enrichment? What's the difference between riches and enrichment? I am a woman enriched, but I don't have a penny in my account. If you ask me to find you $1,000, £1,000 today, I am going to struggle to find a few. And if you are somebody who is myopic and you only look at fiscal cash, I am one of the poorest. I really am. I am a hustler. I am still hustling. My hustle is not done. My hustle is not blessed yet. I am not rich, not by any stretch of the imagination. But be thou not fooled by enrichment. Don't think and don't look for riches when you are seeking enrichment. Let me explain. I can't find you $1,000 in my account in spite of all the years I have worked, in spite of all the businesses I have run and still run. When somebody makes that simplistic statement, you will make judgments based on riches. But even then, it is quite myopic because actually, I'm a property owner. A few houses, in fact, not one. And if some of those assets, if one of those houses were to be liquidized, I can find you thousands in cash. But I can't find you 1,000, even 100 spare, which is not committed to something right now. I will not find for you. Yeah, I do have a car. When that is also liquidized, that could also bring cash, but it is locked in an asset. But the greatest asset where most of my financing has gone is here. I am still paying thousands of pounds a year in school fees. Been doing that for years. The certificates are great. Those evidence the fact that I have actually studied. But what's important is what is here and its daily application in life. What I can do based on those experiences and the learning from those is significantly different from what I could do without them. That is enrichment. That is enrichment. So there's a popular saying that it's not what you leave for the kids, but what you leave in them. It comes from the difference between riches and enrichment. You can give your kids riches and they will squander it because they don't have the skills and the attributes to maintain and to develop. But you can enrich your kids so they make their own riches. Are you beginning to see the difference between the two? There are people who will speak to you and people who will value you based on certain things. I am driving a Range Rover. Honey, that is where your priority is. I may be able to borrow money to buy a Range Rover, but that's not my priority. No, the fact that you sit in a Range Rover right now doesn't really mean much in comparison to assets long term. Be clear about it. There are people who will see me with this hairstyle. It costs £2 to do this hairstyle. There are reasons why you choose to do this, but there are people who don't see beyond this and they make judgments about a person's life and a person's worth based on this. You see, that is actually nothing to do with me. That's a reflection of the limitations of you, the observer, not me. Not me. There are some people who would also see beyond this hairstyle and perceive what is inside the head, what comes out of the head, what actions are exhibited from what is inside. Now, that's when you're beginning to perceive what is important. I'm asking you today, how do you rate yourself? Are you drawn into competition by other people? Then it means something is not quite right. Are people able to make you force and change your agenda because? So I get a conversation with somebody recently. Amma, these days you do lipstick. I'm like, yep. I told you 3 weeks ago I discovered 2 lipsticks, one of which is about to expire in a month and a half. I paid good money for that lipstick because somebody told me that that lipstick might be good for me. In fact, of all the lipsticks that I have, this is one of the better ones. But even here, I have to put on a coat of shea butter before the lipstick goes on because the raw lipstick on my skin dries my skin. Not worth it for me. Not worth it for me. But I've discovered this lipstick. And yes, it is also a particular time of my life. My life is in seasons. Sometimes my agenda suits that my hair is my hair and I do to it as I want. There are days when I feel like changing the roundness of my face. And that's this episode in my life. Amma, you've put on foundation. I'm like, really? If my skin really looks like I have put on foundation, then this Juice Plus therapy is definitely working very well because look at my neck, look at my face, look at my arms, look at my hands. They are the same. Not a lick of a powder on my face. The only thing on my face is a bit of pencil, lip liner, and lipstick. That's it. Amma, you've become vain. Like, yeah, I am vain. I've been vain before. I probably will be even more vain as we go along. Depends on what my spirit feels. I do different things. But it's always done on my terms. It's always done because it fits my agenda and my purpose at that time. Do I want to go buy designer wear because somebody says I am poor? No. In my case, I am actually poor. So what somebody says is not a lie, does not bother me. But on some occasions in my life, I have actually not been poor. But I still didn't buy designer because that's not where my preferences are. But then there have been days in my life when I've also wanted to buy designer because I had nothing better to do with my money at that time. I have lived those times too. It is up to you to reflect on where you stand at a particular time, that you are not drawn into other people's seasons and other people's occasions, because when that happens, you are in trouble. If other people's seasons and other people's occasions influence what you do, it means that you miss your own seasons and you miss your own events, your own opportunities. It means that you misapply your resources. You prioritize things that should not be a priority, and you will pay a dear price for it in the long term. It is much better for you if you knew your own agenda, if you lived your own existence, if you represented your own time periods, not other people's. Is it easy to do? No. Because when other people diss you, we are humans, it hurts. When people say, I am tattered, you are human. Your instinct is to dress so they know that you are not in tatters. But in that season of my life, that's a tatters season. So you bite your cheek and you just do your thing. People tell you you are unintelligent, but you do know you are intelligent. It's okay. Let them be. Let them be. They don't determine much, thankfully. When it is time for your designer wear, don't worry too much about people who also complain about it. I have lived episodes in my life when I have traveled extensively and people have always been wondering about the financing for that because I did not owe a dime. I could go anywhere I wanted. At the moment, I'm not traveling much because I am committed to buying equipment. I am overcommitted financially. So no, I'm not traveling. The fact that you are traveling right now doesn't really mean anything. I admire your travels. I enjoy it from here. Actually, I live through your eyes. But it's not a travel season for me. It would be stupid for me to borrow money to travel just so you can also see that I am. Because I'm not. In this season of my life, I am not. In other seasons of my life, I have been. And in future seasons of my life, I will be. This simple assurance, this knowledge, prevents you from jumping into other people's priorities and living people's seasons. and it avoids issues later on. It helps you to keep check of your finances, really. It helps you to keep a tight rein of what should be priorities at particular times. And remember, in each season of your life, there are lessons to be learned. When you prematurely offload a season, you might not have finished the learning. And that deficit in your learning clearly will come back to bite at some point, because you do need these lessons going forward to be successful. So I am asking, do you know your own seasons? Are you clear of your own episodes? Do you dictate your own episodes? Or do other people dictate what happens to you? If other people are controlling your episodes, then something is quite wrong. They are depriving you of the learning experiences, and they will handicap you in life later, because every single experience is preparing you for future events. The learning will be needed. So don't prematurely offload a learning episode just because somebody's living it big, just because somebody's calling you names, just because you want to show people that you have lived. I have lived, but I still don't have a dime in my hand at the moment, because this is the season of my life. Don't ask me for $1,000. I can't find it for you. I will have to really strategize to find it somewhere for you, because I am in an investment stage of my life. And when you are investing, there should be little left in your hand. And in fact, there is nothing left in my hand. It's okay. After those investments will come the cash out phase. That season too will come. And when I'm cashing out, yes, I can buy all the stupid things I want, even unnecessary things, because I am enjoying the reward of a period of sacrifice. Don't let somebody else's cash out phase influence your lean season. If somebody's cash out phase makes you jealous, you will make stupid decisions when you should be investing. You would divert funds into things that don't matter. And please don't be caught by it. This is Anna. And on this day, when I want to draw blood, I actually don't ramble on for too long. I plant the thought, I leave you to reflect, I let you ponder, and I let you come to your own conclusions. And then I invite you to share those conclusions in the comments, because I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know your experiences. Have you ever been influenced? Do you know the difference between riches and enrichment? Do you know the difference between investments and cashing out? Do you know the phases of life? And do you know how to weather external resistance, external influences, and just simply soldier on? If you do, please share them, because I am still learning. I want to learn your strategies so I can deploy more strategies more effectively when the challenges come calling in my life, because it does call for all of us. It's Amma Manson on all social media handles. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channels, particularly the YouTube channel, and let's get this show on the road. Catch you soon.